Hey everyone, and welcome to the Hype Check Pod. Once again, we are smiling and laughing. This week, we are really looking forward to having a conversation with everyone. We are talking about the Matrix, so we are going to take the red pill and go down the rabbit hole, which is the original Matrix movie. Now, again, for everyone, hopefully you enjoy our backgrounds. This is all Rich's fault. He decided that he would put on green, so the reason we started late is because me and Gelf were trying to get all the green going. So, and Andy's is still green. It still looks like the code. I agree. I
It's
think it
green
looks.
in the room. It's just not. The camera's not really picking it up. It's more like
We don't know what the stream looks like, but
Two.
yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
It's okay. So yeah, no, we are going to jump into that deep dive around the Matrix, and again, we're only going to talk about the Matrix, the original movie only. We may dive into Reloaded and Revolution. I don't know if we'll do Resurrection. We haven't got that far. We haven't had that discussion because we don't know how we'll feel because we've only done one. I know.
I think we should.
Did both of you do Reloaded? Did you both look at that one?
No, I only did the original.
Okay, so Gelfie, you did Reloaded. I was tempted.
Yeah.
I was super tempted, and this was after watching it last night. So, yeah, we're going to do our normal spoiler-free introduction on our feelings around how we felt about the Matrix, and then we will get spoiler-heavy, and who knows where the conversation will go? Who knows how long it will go? But we're here for the ride. So again, gents, as always, Rich, Andy, how are you guys doing? Andy, I don't know what order anymore. We're up to episode 12, and I don't know whose order it is to say hello to. So, Andy, how are you, man?
Good, man. Good. Looking forward to discussing one of my all-time favorite movies. So this is
Spoilers,
great.
come on, man. Keep it, save it to the end. That's how you get people.
Oh, you asked me how I was, so I'm excited.
Rich, how are you, man?
Good, man. Just trying getting over this cold. But hey, if you be on our letterbox, you should know this is one of our favorite movies.
So,
right?
And as always, I don't rate anything that we're going to talk about in the podcast, so I've left it. Again, it's an obvious one. By the end of this conversation, everyone knows where we sit with it. I've already written the description where I tell everyone this is one of our favorite movies of all time. So again, I don't even care what anyone rates it. It's still up there for all of us. So for our spoiler-free thoughts around it, Andy, how did you enjoy watching The Matrix in 2026, especially in the world that we live in today? Man, how do you feel about The Matrix, man?
Yeah, man, it's pretty interesting because we're obviously now in the world of AI, and that's a big part of The Matrix. Yeah, look, it's still the same as it did when I first watched it back in '99. Really looking forward to discussing the movie. It's one of the movies that one of the rare movies that I watched at the movies and then watched it again the next day. So that's how important this movie is to me. It's not just a sci-fi epic. There's just so many different. I've rewatching it. I just noticed a lot of different genres that were mixed in as well, which will be cool to dive into. Yeah. So yeah.
Cool, man. And our mascot just jumped off the couch, so I don't know where the cat's going. But sorry. I got to get a photo of that cat, man. I want to put it on a t-shirt. Hey, Rich, what are your spoiler-free thoughts around The Matrix, man?
Oh, what can you say about this movie, right? It's one of my all-time favorites and one of the best sci-fi movies out there. I still remember it. It's 27 years ago now.
Yeah.
Since it's been released. I still remember the day that I went to watch it. And again, I think I did watch it the next day as well, Andy. Straight after. Yeah. I then watched it the third time in the Village Cinemas in George Street, in a little tiny cinema, because it was at the end of its run.
Thank you.
So this is one of those movies that makes you think. You love the action. Again, I agree with Andy as well with how it resonates to this time we're in with AI and everything in regards to that. So yeah, interesting to see you guys' point of views and how it reflects to our time frame now.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I
Like,
loved it, but I think it was one of those weird watches where I agree with both you. It's so prevalent to today. And who knew? Like again, one of the facts I was looking at pre-session, obviously, was when they started writing this movie, it was in 92. So they first started having the ideas about the Matrix in 92. So anything we look at today and sit there and go, wow, how did they know? They didn't. It's like 30 plus years of thought, right? And it was just an idea, and it's so layered in regards to how the movie's done. Because again, like you guys, awesome action flick, but it's a massively philosophical movie. It's very religious. There's so many things that tie into the Matrix, and as you watch it more and more and more, one of the dumbest thoughts I had while watching it like last night was, I wonder if that's what Pete named his son for. Never in a million years had I ever thought that one of our best friends has a son called Thomas. Their last name is Henderson, and never in my life have I gone and connected that Thomas could be Neo. Like this is it. It's so random in regards to, I never thought of it until last night. I was like, that's so funny. And again, the meaning of Anderson is it's roughly translated into son of man. So, it fully ties into that religious context of
What? I did not know that.
Yeah, Anderson is roughly the meaning of it is son of man. So very much like Jesus. So very much again like the one, the one who was resurrected and all those bits and pieces. That may happen in the movie because we're spoiler free at the moment. But yeah, man, I enjoyed it. Like it is one of the best movies ever. Like if people have problems with it, and again, we'll have that discussion as we go down the rabbit hole. Obviously, so I've never met someone that's had an issue with the Matrix. Like, yeah, it's deep and it's very philosophical, and you can miss certain layers, and you have to watch it 1,000 times to go and get something different. I think every time I watch it, something different comes from. Okay, P Sun, very different. That was like never thought of that one. But in regards to the story, like even with Smith and how things transpire with him and the dialogue that he has with Morpheus, I paid more attention to it this time. So again, as it's spoiler free, I'm not going to talk about. But yeah, man, I loved it. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie, and it's such a good rewatch, and it's such a good movie. So from a spoiler free perspective, I want to ask the question around choice, because obviously it's one of the billion themes inside the Matrix around choice. And do you think, looking back at the first time you watched it in the cinemas, do you think you'd still be sitting here today, like you said, Rich, 27 years later, having a discussion about it and still getting something from it? Because I mean, the choice around the movie, it was the Wachowskis' third movie. Well, technically third directed movie. So they did Bound, and then they'd also written, which I did not know, they did the Banderas and Stallone Assassins movie. They wrote it. Didn't know that. So they did a 3-picture deal with Warner, and the first one was the screenplay for Assassins. Then they directed written direct Bound, and then they asked if they could do The Matrix. So again, pretty good third movie to do. So around the choices around the movie, do you think Warner's made a good choice with these two?
It's a ballsy fucking move. Like the greenlight a movie like that, and like it's because it's so no one's ever seen anything like that before. It has a complicated story as well to comprehend, and they pulled it off, and
really well.
And really well, yeah.
They did it. If this was a one-off movie, it would be fantastic. And we'll save all that discussion for later.
and it needed the budget that it needed to work as well. So it would have been a big gamble, I think, at the time for Warner Brothers to greenlight
really
that movie.
Good cut. Okay, so budget for this movie, $63 million. So singular, one-off, The Matrix, the original, $63 million for what they created.
Wow.
They created special cameras for bullet time. So again, that's included in the budget. How they did all the wire work, all the a lot of the effects are practical. There isn't that much CG when you think about it. There is, obviously, because of the type of movie it is, but they tried to do a lot of practical and a lot of miniatures. So $63 million is pretty amazing for what they created, especially back then. So let's say early 98 they would have been filming, so it would have been that really early period, late 90s, and
in Sydney.
And the other thing I never realized, I don't know why, in my head they've always been Australian. They're not. Wachowskis are from Chicago. Did not know that until I looked at something, and I was watching a rabbit hole deep dive just to get some facts in regards to what we were going to talk about tonight. And if you look at a certain part when they're in the real world having a discussion and he's in the office, there is a picture of the Chicago skyline on his boss's wall, even though you look out the window and you see North Sydney and the bridge and you see the Iowa building. So for all of us, if you've never watched our podcast before, we all live in Sydney, Australia. So looking at the Matrix is one of my favorite things because they actually made Sydney look cool. They actually made Sydney look like a town that you would take in any type of movie without it being too Aussified. Now, again, there is a shot of the bridge. So again, you know that. I don't know how many times I've been under the bridge when Neo gets picked up. Don't know how many times I've been under that stupid bridge in North Sydney. So again, it's really funny to go through and see these bits and pieces about. They're really familiar because we lived there, and especially at the time that this movie was made. So yeah, sorry, Andy, you're going to say something, man?
Yeah, there's a few shots of Anzac Bridge I noticed this time around as well, which I've never noticed.
The thing I noticed the most was how many buildings weren't there anymore. All those buildings have changed or no longer. So, all the branding, the MMI and all those insurance ones or HCF. So at the very beginning of the movie, you see the HCF building. That doesn't exist anymore. It's not displayed with that big, massive neon anymore. But it was so cool to look at it. And even where I'll save it. We'll save that for later because that goes into spoiler territory. So we won't dive into that too much. Question: do you guys want to just get into the spoilers and just go for gold now, or is there anything else you wanted to give from a spoiler-free perspective? You'll be like, no, man, I want to talk about the movie.
If you haven't seen this movie,
if you haven't seen this movie,
don't worry about spoilers, man. Like, it's
okay. Everything's on the internet anyway. All right, go Rich.
So the question I have: have either of you watched the doco? The Matrix?
No. I probably did when the DVD came out.
Okay, which doco on the DVD?
So it's on every edition. You can actually watch the doco. It's 2 hours. It's 2 hours long.
Do not remember it. Don't remember it at all.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So I went down the rabbit hole, pun intended, and watched it. I watched most of it already, and interesting tidbits because I haven't seen it in God knows how long.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they had a picture deal with Warner's, but they had to make Bound before they could make the Matrix because they couldn't. They had to portray what they could do, so they had to show their skills and all that kind of sense, how they were going to do it.
And they're very different fucking movies. Not even close to the same type of movie. Soft porn against science fiction with Neo.
It's kind of crazy how that was their first movie, and it's actually not a bad movie. Like, not that I've seen it recently, but
I haven't seen it in a billion years, and I swear I didn't watch it for the story. I don't know how well they directed.
Haven't seen it.
It's actually not a bad movie, and I haven't seen it in a long time, so maybe it doesn't hold up. Don't know. But yeah, so that's one of the main things they had to do was Bound before they could start the Matrix. It was everybody read the script and this was a batshit crazy script and no one understood what was going on. So they had to create a full storyboard of the whole movie so they can, show it to everyone who didn't understand it. Yeah. Even the cast, half of the cast didn't understand it. So it's kind of, and that would make sense.
If you were reading this dialogue and all the things that they're talking about, and you sit there and try and, so I don't know. I don't know if they do it. I don't know if they did it back in the day, if they did a massive table read before they actually made the film and had everyone sit there and go through the lines. Like, can you imagine sitting there in the middle of that movie and just going, what the fuck? What is the Sentinel? What? The Sentinel? what? The Matrix and the Oracle. But
The
it would
Nebuchadnezzar.
be quite a yeah, the Nebuchadnezzar. But again, that comes back to that religious thing. All right, we'll save the religious part for it. Let's save that for a little bit later. You got any other tidbits, Rich? Because I want to do my favorite one, the one that I'm most grateful for to everyone. I'm grateful to Will Smith. Will, I am
Yes.
so glad you made the shittest movie ever, Wild Wild West, because if you hadn't, you would have been Neo, and this movie would have flopped. You would.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it wouldn't have flopped, but I just cannot imagine Will Smith
Totally,
playing Neo.
totally different
The
movie.
other one that I heard that I also find offensive, not for the same reason, because I just don't think this wouldn't have been a good Will Smith movie anyway. But Morpheus, they wanted Val Kilmer.
No
They wanted Val
way.
Kilmer
Oh,
to be
what?
Morpheus, not
Oh,
like
that's-
Larry Fishburne. Like, can you imagine that? Will Smith and Val Kilmer as Morpheus and Neo. That's like, no.
That's a
That would
big
be the
move.
worst movie ever. Like, probably wouldn't. So what's that? Back in the Saint days? What would Will Smith be then? 99. What was that? Wild Wild West.
That's
So it's after.
that was
Prime
Wild
Will
Wild
Smith,
West,
though.
yeah.
Men in Black.
Wild
Wild
Wild West was a bust. That
wasn't their fault. That was the producer.
That was a terrible movie.
Because that was Gruber and Peters, right? The guys that did
Haven't seen
Batman.
it. Haven't
Okay,
seen
so they're also the ones that were going to do the Nick Cage Superman movie, and they wanted that big fucking spider. Because they never made that fucking movie, that's Nick Cage Superman movie, the stupid spider that they wanted so bad in their movie ended up as the end of Wild Wild West. And that's why that movie is awesomely shit. That movie's terrible. And it had good actors, man. Like, again, Will Smith was in a good, like, that prime of his life. And, Kevin Kline, man, the dude's in Pirates of Penzance, A Fish Called Wanda. If you're not old enough to understand what I just said, don't worry. That's okay. But that's my upbringing of the old Kevin Kline movies. And Dave. Yeah, Dave. But
wow, there's some names that turned down these roles. Janet Jackson turned down the role of Trinity due to scheduling conflicts.
Again, another thank goodness. I can't imagine anyone.
Yeah.
So the irony on this now is you can use AI to redo the movie with these with this cast.
Well, they could AI everyone they wanted in. Oh, there's some anyone that does
Samuel
AI.
Jackson as Morpheus.
That would have been all right.
Wow. That would have been all right.
That would have been okay. It would have.
You know what the
It's been
Matrix
about
is,
Kilmer. Pass me one wallet, Neo, motherfucker. Shit. He did the religious quotes really well. Go, Rich. Stop teasing everyone. What are the so many? Give us some.
So there was another one that there was one point Sandra Bullock was going to be pictured as Neo. That would have been totally weird.
Not really. They did Resurrection. Sorry. Let's save that for a future.
Yeah. Podcast. So that was. This is from Screen Rant. So that was number one on the list. Turned down the role of Neo due to lack of interest. Jesus.
Again, it's a
confusion.
Complicated script. It's a wild swing. They really went for it, and it works.
But I give it to now, like all the cast that you see now I just find
iconic,
perfect.
right?
Yeah. Imagine anybody else in that role would have been no, definitely not.
No,
I couldn't see anybody else.
Yeah, no way, man. Like, that's it, right? It's so, like, I can't imagine a film with those people playing those characters, right? It'd be so different to what it is, and they're so iconic. And again, you look at the history of this movie going into everything into the future. If you have the stunt coordinator in this movie, and I can't say Chad's surname, went to direct all the John Wick movies. So again, there's so many tie-ins in here. It's incredible how this movie did so much. For Keanu, I mean, again, turned him into an action star. Like, I mean, you had Speed and all that as well, and Point Break and all these movies, but this one was the one where it just sort of did that massive turn. Well, for me anyway, and again, that's in my opinion. Again, I look back at all the Keanu Reeves movies from that era, and I love them all. They're all either classic 90s action movies, or it's Bill and Ted. So that's
I remember. I think he needed a hit at that time because I think he made a lot of bombs around the end of the 90s. Like he had that Johnny Mnemonic movie that flopped. I'm sure he had a few other flops.
But yeah,
around the 90s.
But this is what turned him around, right? So after this, he did do a few bombs after this, but the thing was he was always considered as an action star.
Yeah, which is so funny.
When was Speed? 94, 93?
94, I think it was.
Yeah, that was a huge movie.
Yeah.
That was a huge movie.
And just think about it, he still does action movies to this day.
And hardcore action movies, much more action than this. like this was awesome at its time. Compare it to a John Wick film now, like just a gun for alone is just
yeah.
And I love the fact that you can see probably the beginnings of his deep dive into being so committed to those action roles, like how much he put into it. Like then I saw one of the interviews I saw were around the fight choreographer. Like they were doing, I think it was the second day of the dojo scene, right? And they were actually hitting, like they were making contact. So those two, so Keanu and Larry were actually hitting each other. And the fighting just didn't look right. And he sort of decided right then he was not going to do classically styled fighting, even though it would be, drunken boxing or the jiu-jitsu or the kung fu, but he'd try and make it work for the actor. So again, when you look at Carrie and Moss fighting, when you're looking at Larry and Keanu actually fighting, like he adapted the styles of classically trained martial arts and tried to take it in with them so they could do it and make it look more fluid and natural. And also he had told them to stop hitting each other because they were punching on. So I'd like to know what scenes were where they were actually making contact to when it went to the actual pure sort of stunt fighting where they were missing each other, because that's again one of the dojo scenes, one of the greatest scenes ever put to film. Like it's so incredible, like as it goes deeper and deeper and you see the full philosophy around Morpheus of what he's trying to do. And also at the end of that fight, well, that training sequence, that you see Keanu or Neo is like, I know what you're trying to do and I'm not going to do it. Like I'm showing you the potential, and as he starts to do see the speed and all that. But it was awesome. So what other crazy facts do you have, Rich? I'm going to scroll and see if I've got any crazy facts.
I haven't got any crazy facts, but I want to revert back to something I said in the Dark Knight podcast about intros. How did I forget about this intro of the Matrix? The character introduction of Trinity. Yeah. How the hell did I miss that out? And how crazy that, I got to admit, that's what got me when as soon as we started watching this movie in the cinemas, is that intro. That intro just leaves so many questions. It's like, holy shit, what just happened? How could she jump across that?
Why is she running around the wall?
Why is she running? And how did she disappear? Where did she go? I remember so many questions after that. And I was just,
I don't remember if I saw this in the movies. That's what sort of scares me, is I don't remember seeing this one. I think I did, and I think it was the same, Richie. I think you sparked it. I think I saw it down a village in George Street.
Dave, we did. Me and Clint saw it one night in Chatswood, and then we told you and the rest of the crew, you got to see this fucking movie. And we went again. Yeah. 100%.
So see, this is what I got to do. Where did I see it? Where did I watch this movie, Andy? Did I watch it in George Street or was it in Chatswood?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm pretty sure you watched it in Village. Yeah, on George Street.
I think we did too.
But it was with it was with everybody else. Like me and Clint watched it the first night, and we were like, "Holy shit, we need to watch this again. We need to see this movie."
And I remember
that happens. That happens.
And I remember thinking,
Fight Club was the only other movie that happened. I think you saw it and you said you got to watch it.
Yeah.
And I still remember thinking, oh, this is an Aussie movie. What am I watching an Aussie movie for? Like, what's all this about? I watched that Broadway.
Well, that reminds me. So I remember seeing, we got invited to a screening of, remember that movie Dark City?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which came out in '98, and at Village Roadshow had like someone knew someone there, and we went to. They had like a private screening or cinema, and they had a private screening of Dark City. Well, you were there, Dave. I'm sure it was your friend. And
so many people. I don't remember much of the '90s. Let's be honest.
And that movie. That was my impression. I thought that's what The Matrix was, just like a follow up to Dark City, because it looked the same.
Well, it was the same set.
It looked very similar in aesthetics, and I thought, oh, this is just like a Dark City rehash.
Well, they did say Dark City was ahead of its time, right? It was. It's different.
It was
different.
I want to
and this kind of.
I'm so interested to rewatch it. I don't remember Dark City. Like I do not remember it all, and I know it's a lot different, but. When you said that, Gelfie, I was like, so the rooftop at the beginning, Trinity's getting chased by the agent. That's a Dark City set. They just reused it.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's why it has the same sort of vibe. It's the same set, obviously lit differently, and we'll talk about the tinge. As you can see, we've all got the green tinge happening. But no, that was very simple. Yeah, that I really want. After watching this, I really want to rewatch Dark City because. I don't remember it very well, and that was even more Aussie. This doesn't feel very Aussie, even though you look at it and go, "Oh, yeah." But I remember when they did the helicopter sequence when they had it. I think
on the news.
They had it on the news. I was working in the city, like that was news because they had that. It was flying over our major city in Sydney, and it was just like, wow, that's like, oh, what's this movie all about? It's like, we just knew it was Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne were here filming a movie. That was it.
Yeah, I remember.
No, nice. Got any other ones, Rich?
No, not right now.
All right, I'm going to scroll through. So a couple of good ones for history anyway in regards to the movie. Academy Awards, 4 wins, 4 Academy Awards: visual effects, film editing, sound, and sound editing, which makes sense. And again. I assume you guys were doing your massive surround sound, or were you using the sound bar, Gelfie, but it didn't matter.
Oh,
were you doing you doing the Atmos?
Yeah.
Okay, I had it on headphones, and even on the headphones, the sound was so amazing. Like, it was so good. It's like there is no surprise, and also the thing that makes me laugh about the visual effects because this is the same year as what was it, Phantom Menace?
Yes.
Phantom Menace.
Yes, it was.
And it beat Phantom Menace for visual effects at the Academy Awards. So that was one of the few that a Star Wars movie was up for, and this movie won. So
I agree. Yeah. I agree with that.
And they were not
bullet time. Bullet time was everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Phantom Menace looks really bad. if you go back to watch it now.
It's those too digital, and it's weirdly directed.
Yeah, it's all digital, right?
Yeah, and
it hasn't aged well. It has not aged. So that's interesting. Like if you watch Phantom Menace and after watching Matrix on the weekend,
can't tell, right?
The special effects hold up. Same year, the effects from the Matrix hold up. Star Wars Phantom Menace does not.
Yeah, and that's probably that style, that digital revolution with film too. It's just it was so excessively green screen or blue screen for Star Wars anyway. Like it was so much, and this was still very practical. So that's the kind of thing that probably still makes this look and feel so much better. Like the hallway scene, so the bottom of the building when they go to save Morpheus, that was all practical. And they were stressing. It took 10 days or something to film it because they were so stressed that every time they did something, it had to be almost perfect, or they had to try and recreate the set to put it back together to start again. And again, Richard, you'll know this one, Andy, you probably know too, is that final part of the wall that drops. That was not planned. They just happened to be continuously filming in just the last piece that falls as they get in the lift. It was totally off script, and they just went, that looks amazing. That is iconic, that bit just falling apart.
Yeah.
Empty hallway, it's just shattered to pieces, and then so good. Okay.
So where do you want to start?
I don't know. I was going to read another weird fact.
Okay.
Sunglasses every main character wears sunglasses inside the Matrix
Mhm.
to hide the window of their souls.
Makes sense.
Emphasizing in they're detached from reality, and it makes sense. And it's also very different because the only time where you hear the whole premise of Smith, what he wants, is he takes his glasses off. It's the only time he's actually more human, is when he's having that discussion of how much he wants out of the Matrix. It's the only time you actually see his eyes, and he's actually acting without the glasses. Everything else is to have the agents look less human and more just robotic. Where do you want to start? Let's start. I guess we start with let's jump all the way back to the weird one. The amount of religiousness. How much religion is in this movie? On the flip side to the philosophical.
Yeah.
It's so heavily religious, but then with so many ideals that don't fit a religious person's mind. It's such a weird sort of contrast around religion. So Neo, the one, Jesus, Trinity, just blatantly saying Trinity. So again, very religious. The Nebuchadnezzar, Zion, all these really religious terms. Again, we won't touch on the later 2, 3, 4 movies because I guess we're going to include Animatrix because we want to talk about that. So yeah, it's got so many. How do you guys feel in regards to those religious? And I say overtone. Most people would say undertone. They're overtones because they're so blatant in this movie. That comparison of Jesus. Do you guys agree with that? Do you think it's not really, and that's how they push this to be? No, that's cool. That's what I want to know. You don't agree? You think there's a lot more nuance to what they're pushing?
Yes.
Okay. Rich, how about you? Because I'm going to go back to Andy's because that's really interesting because I never paid as much attention to how overly religious it was, in my opinion, obviously. Rich, how about you, man? Were you on the
at first? Yeah, at first I never thought of it, considering the one and Trinity and all that kind of stuff. I never picked it up at first. Not because I didn't read into it. It's probably more I was just fascinated about the movie itself.
Like, the movie was too fucking cool.
Yeah, it was too crazy that you didn't think about it that way. It was more to just think about it. What was a movie you saw like that before that time period? Pretty much nothing, I don't think. Like you could compare it to you can compare it to when you first time you see Star Wars, right? But
Terminator 2 is a prequel to Matrix.
That's one story of the AI. That's how the AI go one way. This is Andy, all right. Gelfie, take me down your journey, man. Oh, sorry, Rich, go finish.
No. I'm pretty much finished. I just want to hear Andy's point of view now.
Yeah, man, go Gelfie, because I am so interested to hear it.
I didn't find this one as nowhere near as religious as the next one, Reloaded. I found this more of there's more broader strokes of, yes, there are religious tones, I guess, like, yes, he's the one as in Jesus, but I don't think it's pushed as hard as it is in the sequels, that's the case. So The Matrix as a standalone, I never really thought of it as a religious sort of story. I've never picked up a Bible, so I don't know. So don't come at me, internet. Not being fucking reading a Bible.
In his opinion, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So I didn't grasp the religious stuff as much as you did, I don't think. But it was definitely overt in the second and third one. A lot more. So.
Yeah, it is a lot more because that's probably the resurrection part, right? Where they're very much around. And again, I think you nailed it before, Gelfie, with I never expected this to be more than one. Like I really didn't. When I first saw this, it was just, it's such
a that's the way it should have stayed.
I will fight for one of the other two, but I won't fight for the
same.
for very different reasons, for very, very selfish, stylistic reasons only. But I love Reloaded. I don't love the story of Reloaded, but I love what it looks like and how it appears. But yes, we'll say that. All right, we'll say that for another week. Okay, I really paid attention to the religious stuff in this one because this rewatch, it was very much. I was like, I'm gonna have a look at it because I've been obviously we do a little bit of research when we start watching these, or like Rich says, we go down the rabbit hole. And it was really interesting that a lot of people were going, it's so religious in regards to how they frame Neo. And for this one, I was like, I don't remember it as much. Like there are obvious bits, but like her name was one. It's very, very hilarious. The one, him dying at the end, obviously resurrection, coming back to life through whatever we'll say Trinity's love and part of the necessity of him being alive. But it was very much even things like Zion, yes. The Nebuchadnezzar, I never really took into that religious standpoint. I never thought of it that way. But
so what's that meant to represent?
Nebuchadnezzar was a ship that when Zion was destroyed, that they took the people out. I can't remember what it was, but it was a ship that carried people away from a city that had been destroyed, technically from the wrath of God. So it has. There's another one I heard today while I was looking and researching. You remember the plaque of the Nebuchadnezzar, and it says Mark III, whatever, blah blah blah, the year. A lot of people are also saying it is a scripture based around the resurrection, and I was like, what? So even little things in the insignia of the ship saying when it was manufactured, made in the USA, and then it had Mark III, whatever, down the bottom. People have gone and looked at that as a scripture passage and gone, oh, it's about resurrection and stuff. And I was like, man, there's so many little tones of it that you don't really think of. And again, it was such a trip to look at. Yeah.
Just
but that's the rabbit hole, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't go in the rabbit hole, you don't figure out or hear half of these people and these theories around it, because it was like, that's why I wanted to look at this from a religious standpoint, just to see how much was in there. And I just never realized how much there was. And it was just like, it was quite full on. But then again, you have all the philosophical side of it. And again, AI, machines taking over the world, humans destroying, scorching the earth.
Yeah, that's the sci-fi part that I obviously noticed a lot more this time around because of where we are today. I guess what I'm trying to say is, but the movie has, I don't know, I just didn't pick up on the religious sort of stuff at all. Not until Reloaded.
Yeah, Reloaded's full on though. Reloaded,
like that's just like in your face. Like they have he's basically a messiah in Reloaded.
Yeah, and that's why there's a whole bunch of people waiting for him and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it's also it's also the influences come from, right? So, but wait, go back to how we look at it in today's world. It basically comes down to simulation, right? AI and simulation.
Yes. Yeah,
and that's how I saw it at the beginning too. Like AI people, like far out, forgot his name, who wanted to go back in. Jesus, what did I forget his name?
Oh, Sci-Fi.
Who wanted to go back in. He wanted to be part of the simulation. He wanted to be part of the cyber world. He didn't want to see the real world. And that I see what we see today with, could be instances with virtual reality and stuff like that. VR headsets who people incorporate themselves into that. But yeah, and the influences of this movie is unbelievable if you think about it. Like how many different type of influences that we, as Dave mentions, the religious side, but I also pick up the Japanese and anime part of it.
That's what I found first, is all that coming when I remember first watching it. And I'm like, oh, this is crazy how we could see all this, but it kind of reminded me of anime. And then when you do watch a documentary, anime was a big part of their of the influence of how they directed this and how they wanted to show how this was. Plus with the whole Hong Kong gung fu kind of stuff. So, but yeah, like there's so many different little things. It's kind of crazy how many. And the philosophy doesn't really come into effect until Reloaded either, Dave. I don't know how like.
You could have said it's probably at the end.
this movie just flowed. Like it starts off like with almost like a neo-noir, pun intended, neo-noir for the first 25 minutes of the movie. You know, you got your introduction to the agents, who are kind of like the Men in Black style characters. And then it shifts into, you know, full-on sci-fi where Neo wakes up into this fucking nightmare, really, of the real world. And then he discovers what world he's actually been living in, which is the Matrix, and what the Matrix is. So it just flows so well. It doesn't stop for, I don't remember it stopping for philosophical questions or conversations. It's just more, it's more sort of putting Neo into, you know, into, I guess, all these trials and tribulations of who he is and who he's meant to be. But I never got the philosophical and religious stuff until the sequels, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I agree. Like, especially when you venture into number 2 and 3. Also, I think even in Animatrix, I think in Animatrix it also comes into it. I think I'm trying to.
Animatrix has a lot of it too. Yeah. Like a heap of it, especially with the backstories on everything too. Like again, that's the next one, so we'll leave that. But I think the way they did it too was very, very cyberpunk, very, like you said, Rich, very anime. And again, like it was an influence for the directors and how they looked and what they'd written the stories around, because they were fans of it all. And even looking at it from that different set of eyes last night, it was very funny paying attention to like all those bits and pieces. And again, it was so well done that it just made everything interesting and kept going. Like you said, Gelfie, it doesn't let up. Like there's no real boring part, because you start from the beginning. What is the Matrix? That's your question. You're trying to figure out, you know, you're following Neo as he goes through his mundane life
it's
or
a
whatever.
Mystery. It's a mystery.
And then there's what's Trinity? Who's this chick? Why is she talking to this dude? How can she run sideways around a wall and then jump across buildings and jump through, turn sideways and go through a glass window, roll down some stairs? And it was so well done in regards to how they pieced all those bits and pieces together. But the one thing that got me last night when I was watching it was the amount of times people were breathless after realizing that, like when Trinity's on those stairs and she's panting, breathing heavy, it's like, it's probably fear. Yes, it is probably fear, but it's like, but she knows she's in the Matrix. Why is she out of breath? Like, it's one of the first times I started paying attention to how people were acting in the Matrix as well, to say, like, you know, even when Neo and Morpheus are doing that fight, like, again, yes, there's sweat from the initial parts of Neo fighting, because that's what he believed he should be doing. But then you see as it goes on, like, you know, they're not sweating because it's not really air that they're breathing and all those bits and pieces. So yeah, it's such a cool thought around how they did everything and how they made everything, as stupid as it sounds, again, realistic. Like, it was just a beautifully crafted movie that everything looked good. Now, the thing that, again, I love from this movie, and I think the other two suffer from this, is the film grain. I love that they separate the green for the Matrix, the blue, the bluish tone in the background, more for the real world, and how it's very obvious in this movie. And I started watching Reloaded. I couldn't help it. I put it on because I do love the beginning. I think the beginning of Reloaded, I think I enjoy more than this one.
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah. No. She does the superhero landing, man. The bike flies through the roof. And then she jumps out the window. She's flying sideways down the building. And then she gets shot. And you don't know what happened. I love that beginning, man. That beginning is awesome. Because
I watched both back to back, the Matrix the way it's shot is gritty. It just looks amazing. It's dark. Like, Reloaded, the cinematography in Reloaded sucks. In my opinion, it sucks. It's too bright. Everything happens during the day. It's just, I don't know. Everyone looks like they're in a Matrix. In a Matrix movie, and they're self-aware. It's just very different. it doesn't have the same look, in my opinion. It's that was a big letdown. But anyway, we're talking about the Matrix. So, Dave, I don't know how you got that, but that's
I love that beginning. Sorry, my wife can't get into Paramount Plus. Forgive me. I don't know what's happened. It seems like my child and my wife have broken Paramount Plus.
I think you just I can't believe you think that Matrix Reloaded intros.
I love that beginning, man. I love it. Again, it's
trilogy. But compared to
looks,
number one, though.
Yeah, come on, man.
She's just running onto the roofs and she jumps through a window. This one, she jumps off a bike and flips the bike and it explodes and then she breaks people's arms.
It's all CGI.
It doesn't look the same, but I love the beginning of Reloaded. Reloaded is a personal. It's a dark secret. It's one of my favorites.
You hated it when we watched it. I remember you said that it sucks.
Yeah, but it's better than the third one.
See, I don't mind the third one.
See, I don't know.
I like the Smith story. I like where that ends up.
The end
that makes sense.
The end of the trilogy. It's a trilogy. Yeah. The end of the trilogy is awesome.
The Smith stuff and the sequels was for me the best part.
But it's so well done, right? Because again, it's that full. So I mean, obviously, the line at the end makes so much sense when they talk, and you sit there and go, "Ha, yeah." So we're not going to talk about the end of the Matrix
in future episodes of the HypeCheckPod.
I think we're going to have to. I need to hear everyone.
I'm going to debate you on this, man, because this is crazy talk, man. I don't know what you've been saying.
Let's save it for Reloaded. Okay, we'll do Reloaded then. We got to do Reloaded because I love that movie.
Okay.
That movie. I love it because it's stylized. It is not like this movie where it's actually got a point. This movie feels like it has a story and it makes sense. The way they've done it is so beautiful. Like you said, Golfy, it's gritty, it's grainy. They very much live on the tint of green and blue, which they do not do in the other two.
The other two so well. It's such a complicated story. It just flows. It tells you what you need to know, when you need to know, and you just sort of engage the whole time. Fucking Reloaded, they stop and have a philosophy fucking chat and like.
Morpheus doesn't fight the same in Reloaded. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to Larry. He went from like the master to like
his speech. Anyway.
In future episodes of the HypeCheckPod.
Zion, can you hear me? I don't know what
back to the Matrix.
Anyway, let's go back.
Back to the Matrix.
All right. I think right now we need to take a word from our sponsors, who is us. So we're going to take a break for 5-10 minutes. We'll be back in a sec. So everyone keep watching, keep paying attention because we are coming back because we need to continue this conversation around
until Davey's crazy again.
No. All right, everyone, we'll be back. Hey, everyone. Just a little bit about us. We're the HypeCheckPod. We love to talk about TV shows, movies, physical media, video games, and all the things that we enjoy about them. If you're enjoying the content so far, then please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. We're on things like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and obviously here on YouTube. Please leave a comment. Let us know how you feel about the episode, us, what we're talking about. But again, if you think we're going above and beyond, then we'd really appreciate your support. You can do that by buying us a coffee. How do you do that? There is a link down below in the description of all the places that you can find the HypeCheckPod. Please join us every week as we talk about the things that we love. And again, it is in our own opinion. So again, you can like it or you can disagree with it. But as long as you join us every week for the conversation, that's all that's important. Take it easy, everyone. And now back to the episode. All right, so we're back live. So we're still having the same discussion. Everyone thinks that this one had a better intro than Reloaded.
Of course it did.
Everyone in the comments, if you agree with me, put 2. If you agree with them that the Matrix actually suffered, I'll put a poll in afterwards. I'll put a poll in for everyone. So if you agree that the beginning Reloaded is cooler than the Matrix, then that's okay. But it's all right. If you don't, that's all right. We are back. Where do we want to go now? Like, do you want to talk about your favorite part of the movie, or do you want to talk about the favorite
Yeah.
scenes in there? Because there's so many, and it's
There's too
I think
many
the thing
scenes.
like the thing that I got to go almost back to the beginning. I
Mm.
love the initial Morpheus and
Mhm.
explaining what the real world is. I think that's again one of those amazing scenes where you're sitting in the construct. Obviously, Neo's just been pulled out. They've done all his nerves and brought everything back, and then they put him in the construct, and everything's back to normal. He doesn't have the plugs, and doesn't have that in the back of his head. And then they go through that discussion around what happened.
I
I
think
love that
that is my favorite part of the movie.
because it's such a
Because
solid discussion, right?
yeah, it's such a mindfuck that it's a
Yeah.
realm of possibility, but it's still in the realm of possibility.
Well, even now, again, we go back to today.
Yeah.
It's such a thing that could happen, right? Like we laugh at Terminator 2 and we laugh at the Matrix. And now we look at it. AI is a thing. We live with it. We use it all the time. We
could be in a
to
Matrix
think of
right
things.
now.
Again,
We're building
We
our
don't,
Matrix.
we don't know.
Or they're built with multiple. Elon, don't build it, mate.
So yeah, there's a lot of. So I guess you're right, Dave. There are philosophical questions put, but not as direct as Reloaded in the original
Yeah.
Matrix.
No, definitely.
And one of them is, is it so hard to believe that you could be part of a simulation? Is
No.
what is reality? And I've often thought and looked at people I've come across, in my experience in my work.
I don't know where this is going.
It's like people seem to play a role that they're just destined to be, like a fucking what do they call it? What's a non-playable computer
NFC?
player?
NPC.
I know.
NPC.
An NPC.
Yeah.
I see NFC.
They're all the same. So I used to work for a few different police stations or a few different police organizations, and I have to go into the police charge rooms. Everyone in those charge rooms were the same kind of fucking person. The same. They acted the same. They dressed the same. It was like they were playing a role. It was. Yeah. It feels like we are in a simulation sometimes.
Did you have deja vu?
I always have deja vu. Always have.
See, shit's changing for you all the time in the Matrix, man. That cat, it's not the same cat. It's deja vu. They put a wall behind that window. But I love, and again, I think that's the thing around it, right? Is that today, especially now, maybe not back when we originally saw it, it was just amazing. What a fucking awesome mind fuck in regards to, well, this could happen to a day where we live in it, where it is completely possible. Sitting there in a virtual realm. Again, what year is it actually? Like, again, I love when Morpheus goes through what humans did in regards to its creation of AI, and then how AI just got smarter. And then you flip it all the way back to the end, well, near the end, when you listen to Agent Smith and his thoughts around what the human race is. A virus, right? And he's not wrong when he explains it. You're not mammals because we don't fine-tune ourselves with the earth. We go and conquer, destroy, build, overpopulate in regards to anything, and overbuild as well. Overpopulation's not a comment I mean to make like that, but it's like we build, we multiply, and then we can't fit, so we keep going and we go and expand out. And I mean, we live in a city that's built on that. We live in a city where expansion is required because you can't really go out anymore. We can only go up in regards to being able to accommodate the population. So it's such a poignant point to go. It's not far-fetched that this is what happens, right? And even when they talk about how humans in their wisdom go, let's take out the sun, they're solar powered. It's like, yep. Again, we live in an age where that's not important. It charges, yes, but we offset solar energy. So it's such a great point of how, let's say 30 years ago, when it was written or first conceptualized, that it was actually
incredible.
It's like, oh, maybe the world could be like this. It's like, fuck yeah. Hello. Yes, it is. And it is very similar. And we all embrace it. Like, I mean, AI is good for certain things. Like, don't get me wrong. I work in the industry where
like redoing
it's
the
great.
Matrix sequels.
Yeah, like, you know, we can do it with the original cast design, you know, with Will, Val Kilmer, and Janet Jackson.
But like you're saying, David, at the end, Dave, like, well, not near the end, when Smith is talking to Morpheus, you know, he says, ever since you gave us control of you, you know, we decided we don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
And that's you know, that's really, who knows if that'll happen. That's totally in the realms of possibility in this day and age. Like, it's just AI is only getting better and better and better. And I don't know if it's going to be.
And we want it to be that way.
We're doing
and we're getting lazier. We're getting lazier in regards to how we do things. And again, yes, it helps with things. Like, don't get me wrong. And again, for all the people that are pro AI, I agree. There are some great things with AI. I can make thumbnails in seconds now because I just click the button that says remove background and everything disappears and it's just our heads. It's fantastic. But then I go and put this in and it gives me something wrong. I'm just like, fuck this. I'll do it manually. Fucking nah. But again, it is a world that we have to be realistic with it again, that who knows? And I think that's probably the greatest thing about watching The Matrix today was, who knows, man? Like, this is not far away really from us and where we live and how we actually, you know, we are as humans. So a lot of destruction, a lot of the confusion, all those things that, again, Smith talks about, I think is so poignant is probably not the word. It's so just realistic. Like, he's not wrong. And that's the thing where I love where Agent Smith is probably one of the best villains ever. Because he's not really. He's just got a different point of view. And
Smith, but the agents, the whole concept that the agents can be anybody that's still plugged into the Matrix. Like, they can just turn into an agent, or a regular person can just turn into an agent, is the coolest fucking sci-fi shit ever. Like, it is fucking awesome. How, you know, there's, especially in, I'm going to jump ahead, like when he's getting, he has that fight with Smith in the train station. Yeah. And then he runs and he's getting chased by all the other agents and Smith, and all the people he encounters start transforming into agents as he goes along. It is fucking awesome.
But go back to as well. Think of that fight in the train station. It's awesome, right? It's a full-on fight. They're both going hard. And, you know, Neo's putting everything in. And he beats Smith. And then as soon as that train hits him, like you said, whoop, next one comes out. Like, Neo can never win. Because everyone that's plugged in is part of it. So, you know,
it's part of the program.
It's part of it. It is.
Everyone's part of the program.
It's Microsoft Defender.
But when you go back into the best, to me, the best scene is when he wakes up in the real world with all the plugs, and that machine comes down and grabs him by the throat and just says, "Oh, it's a reject" or whatever. That is incredible. That is like a nightmare. It's a confronting that scene because he doesn't know where the fuck he is and what the hell's going on. And he's actually just woken up in the real world.
And as he looks out too, you see it just go on forever. It's just red orbs everywhere. Yeah. Like, it's just as far as the eye can see. And like you see Morpheus say later on, you know, fields as far as you can see where they're grown, where humans are grown. And, you know, it's like, and then they show that graphic in the background of all the machines just pulling one off and putting it in and then liquefying the dead. So when you die, they just feed you to the living inside those cocoons, and cycle keeps going.
Amazing.
And visually, they represented it well, right? Like, it wasn't like they gave you exposition and went, this is what happens. They showed you the mass of it all. And I love that there's always the lightning and the electricity going up and down at different spots in that as well, because it's like, well, they're generating the energy, right? And I always find it funny too, he has like a C battery. Like, That whole human's not doing much. They're not generating much energy, man. That one.
Yeah, how many batteries do
little-
they? Does AI?
Yeah,
these
one
AI
battery per
robots
person.
need? Yeah.
No,
But that's to me that's my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
That whole middle part where he gets unplugged. He, Morpheus explains what the Matrix is, all the way up to the Oracle part.
So, question for you guys, and again, we hadn't talked about this part. So, do you agree with Sci-Fi? Are you annoyed that that he didn't do the blue pill? He's not. Again, he's also not wrong. I don't think there's a point where Cypher's wrong. What he does, double cross, obviously. Joey Pants, good work, mate. Love you, Babel.
So,
You're awesome.
No, he's not wrong. It's how he does it is wrong.
But he wasn't wrong, right? He was lied to. Yeah. Morpheus did not tell him the truth.
The truth.
Did not tell him. Yeah.
Oh, in a certain point of view.
When he unplugged him, he told him the truth and went, shit. And you can't go back in because we pulled you out.
But Morpheus does say you can't be told what the Matrix is.
But I guess it always comes back to the whole point of the movie, right? Back to choice. The whole movie is about choice, and it doesn't matter what anyone says at the end of the day. No matter how philosophical, how religious, it's about choice. And the beginning and the end both give you the point of it's choice. And again, it's like you said, Andy. It's like Morpheus gave him the choice. He just chose unwisely for his own situation. And if you want to go back into the Matrix, the only thing you need to do is be a movie star. That's it.
Well, yeah. Who was he before?
That's how you get money in 1999. Just become a movie star and forget you. And eat steak.
Yeah.
And again, I always find, because I do appreciate that point of the turn. Obviously, when they unplug Neo for the first time, I think that's again one of those amazing scenes where you sit there and you see. I think Keanu did really well too. Like, again, it's all hindsight. Yes, it's 30 years, 27 years since the movie came out, but he does so well in that part. Like, again, people give Keanu's the most wonderful actor in the world. He's just a beautiful one. Doesn't give a shit. He just gives his money away from every movie he makes and just goes and lives and likes to ride his motorbike, right? And again, you watch people give him shit about his acting, and that's one of the best scenes for me with Neo is the actual fear of him when he touches the mirror and the mirror goes back, and then it's slowly starts consuming him. Obviously, he's going into cardiac arrest, and he could not make it through and be pulled out properly through them. But it's so well acted because you actually see the pain and the fear of it. And then as it goes and digitizes and goes down the throat, it's an amazing cut from that world of the Matrix to, like you said, Andy, your favorite part where you see him come out, opens his eyes for the first time, uses the muscles, sees the fields or the
he does no idea what the fuck is going on.
And that's it. And even I appreciated for the first time last night is that he's not going to know how to swim. Like when he falls in the water, you're like, he's never used these muscles. He's never used anything. His lungs have never been used. So, I mean, they've been incubated, yes, but they're not. It's not him pumping air. And it's just like, I found it funny how well that was, even as he went under the water and he gets pulled up to the Nebuchadnezzar. I was like, oh shit. Like, you never pay attention to things until you start to actually look at it on purpose and go, fuck, man, he did a good job of drowning. He's just like, I can't function. I don't know. Everything has never worked before. And how do you think they reconstructed him? Because when they use all the needles, I don't know how they're rebuilding him. Is it just pressure to make their nerves actually react? Do you guys get that part? Because that one threw me last night. I was like, I thought the needles would make sense until they said, oh, we're rebuilding him. I guess it's a natural reaction to them putting pressure in to actually feel all the nerve endings that he's never used. I was like, that's such a weird way of doing it.
Yeah, I've never thought of it.
And they actually stuck him in his ear. There's a fact for you, Andy. Those the actual needles were in his ear. Everything else was fake, but his head, his ears, the needles were in his ears. I don't know what that means to anyone. So anyone that does acupuncture, please leave a comment below, because I don't understand. Is that a really sensitive spot? Does that have a lot of nerve endings? Do your ears actually hold the key to your movement of your body? Rich, what's your favorite part, man? Sorry, we've spent the whole time talking about Andy's and I sidetracked mine. What's your favorite part of the Matrix, man?
It's a tough one because it's either story based or it's either action.
Do both, man. We're not fussy here. Do both, man. Tell me,
but you
both.
got it. Like I could probably say the bullet time lobby is probably my favorite scene.
Yes, nice.
The whole start of need guns and how that sounds like in a theater and how it's immersive. That sound, that's crazy. That crazy sound of that.
You know what I wish
insane.
happened there? I wish one of the racks actually hit Trinity though, just nicked her leg as she walked in. that just misses her, man. I have weird thoughts when I watch movies. This is why I watch them alone.
But yeah, I reckon that whole scene of Morpheus being captured and then need guns, lots of guns. That's such an iconic scene, like with that bullet time as well.
I have a nitpick with that scene when they save him though. Of
course you do.
With the helicopter gun.
The helicopter gun. Oh yeah, what part is that one?
Well, when at the end when they go to rescue Morpheus and they're in the helicopter and
go give us your nitpick. Come on, give us your nitpick.
Well, it's just
you
firing.
hated my take on the intro, so fucking your turn.
Well, he's firing indiscriminately into the fucking window.
He never hits Morpheus. Yeah, I
never hits Morpheus.
And especially when he did this the first time at the very beginning, he's just going like this, and somehow
just a nitpick.
No one.
He is the one, so I don't know.
But out of everyone, he only hits Smith.
Yeah.
The other two, you don't.
That was right. It's a nitpick, right?
No, I don't disagree with you. I think that's actually a really good point because it's so funny when you see him just go. The beginning one was really wild because you see him, and again, it's probably watching it with a different lens last night. I was like, oh, fuck, he's kind of wild with that gun to start, and then he sort of aims, sort of just a little.
Yeah, and aiming.
But yeah, he's just, and then also, I do appreciate the way they did it, but again, it's just unexpected when he's not going to make it, and they jump out, and he's like, oh, he just happens to be attached. Like, I don't know, tell me, show me something, like, because at that point, Neo can't fly. So no one knew what was actually going to happen when he jumped out at that point.
That's a little nitpick. It's just a little nitpick.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. Sorry, Rich, we interrupted, man. What was the other one?
Where was I up to? Yeah, so the whole
that whole Morpheus save,
Yes, the whole lobby, the lobby scene's unbelievable. And then when you look into the behind the scenes, like Trinity had twisted her ankle the same day they had to do the
told anyone
running. No, you actually see it. You actually see the vision of when she actually twists her ankle, and she's in really,
I heard that she
didn't
tell anyone for a while too because they just started.
No,
maybe a different.
when she does that whole running off the wall, and does a twist, and then how she does that punch. So that whole when she has to bounce off the wall, does a flip. They were practicing it, and she actually twists her ankle really bad. You actually see it. It's like, oh shit. And she goes, she needs to do it that same day. So she was like really in pain and stuff, and they did it. But they ended up doing it in 2 takes. Yeah. They needed to do it in one because of the whole, the wall effects and special effects and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But they did one of her bouncing off the wall and then one jumping, finishing jump. But yeah, like that stuff, that kind of stuff. The Keanu doing a whole bunch of flips and doing the whole gun fu that I love. But then it flows to the whole bullet time, which is unbelievable. That's at the time
that's
that
such
was
an
crazy.
Amazing scene. Yeah.
And then how you see how it was done in the background, it's so crazy how they thought of that. But that's one of my favorite things.
I saw a thing about that today as well when I was doing my research, that they when they did that original scene, it's based on, there was a person, and it sounds weird as I say it out loud, but it was in the 1800s, and what he'd done was he had placed all these, I'll call them tripwires, they're probably just pieces of rope that would set off a flash camera back in the day, and he captured a horse, and that's where they got the idea to do the circular of the cameras, to do that same sort of principle, to do, because obviously it created a motion picture, for the guy that was doing it with a horse and a jockey. But then they just sought to do that circular way they could actually film it. Yeah, no, Gelfie, look it up, man. I'll find that.
It's in Nope. At the beginning of Nope. Have you seen Nope?
Oh, is it? No.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It is. It's in the beginning of Nope.
Yeah,
I just
that was
remember
the that's the principle behind how they did the bullet time, because they're like, oh yeah, we'll just try to make the cameras go in a certain angle and go around. Because again, 1999, there wasn't a lot around. They created everything for the movie, so it was pretty incredible. I agree with you. I agree with both of you, actually. For me, my favorite is the whole rescue of Morpheus. That is unbelievable action. Like, that's just so well done. And again, it gives you that introduction to their movement a little bit more when they're fighting. Like, again, when Neo does the one-handed cartwheel, picks up the assault rifle and fires it in between as well. Like, all that wire work in there was so amazing and so well done. And again, like you both said, I think a few times, it's something we'd not seen before. Like, we'd not seen this type of filmmaking, this type of way they had done and portray characters, the story. Like, it was such a lightning in a bottle, right? It was just such a rarity. And you nailed it at the beginning, Gelfie, when you said this movie could be an ultimate fail. Like, if people didn't like this movie and just think it was cool as shit, like, this movie could have been the biggest just failure ever. Like, you know, we all sit there and go, oh, this is fucking amazing. But for other people to see this and go, it's a bit too much thinking. Oh, it's a bit too much Jesus. It's a bit too much.
Like I said,
people could have taken this the wrong way.
There's another movie. So actually, I've got 2 points. So the action in general in this movie is something that I'd never seen before. The way it was shot, visceral. The Smith versus Morpheus fight, like the angles, where Smith's on top of Morpheus is on top of Smith, but it looks like it's this weird angle, and Smith just flicks him off, and he hits Morpheus, smacks the back wall. But it just looks like a really weird angle, and looks fucking cool. You know, when his head gets sent into a toilet. It's just it looked real. Like, it looks so cool. The training fight with Morpheus and Neo. Yeah. The Smith Neo fight, like all the action scenes were just really something no one had ever seen before. But I think I brought up Dark City as a movie that I don't think was that well received at the time. Which kind of a similar.
It's a cult movie, right? It's now in that cult status of.
There's another one called Equilibrium, which I have not seen. But
Christian Bale. Let's talk about the Bat himself. We've all seen it. Me and Rich have seen that movie. It's shit house. It's got Lucy Liu as well. It's rubbish.
But I haven't seen it.
It looks like a ripoff. It's a ripoff Matrix.
At the time, but that was what was going on, right? It was this sort of people wearing sunglasses and black coats. That that was the look. So, but Matrix was.
You got to think about it as well. Like, yeah, Equilibrium wasn't bad. Like, I say that wasn't bad for the 90s.
I haven't seen it.
It's a weird as fuck movie. I've seen it once.
Weird movie, yeah. But it's not that bad.
It's Christian Bale too. Like, I mean, you give Christian Bale a pass on some things just because.
But it's like a straight to video, right?
Yeah. Oh, what? I know. Here, I know. I saw it on DVD. I didn't see it at the movies.
I think it did come out in
That's
the
hilarious. But even like you said, man, in regards to like it's stuff you've never seen before. It was a movie that was very much around and again, I say philosophy over and over, but again, it had a deeper story. If you paid attention to this movie, and like Rich said halfway through, it's a mind fuck when you sit there and go, oh wow, this is what we did. When Morpheus does the explanation, and again with Smith, Smith's incredible because it's such there's so much growth from a character that's supposed to be a computer program that does nothing but tracks and finds vulnerabilities in the system. to see him at the end of how he reacts to everything, his hatred for humans, like he detests our stink, and again, that must have been some hardcore sweat because Morpheus looked like he was choking when he was putting up his nose, man. But it's incredible around how Smith is portrayed, because I said it in the beginning, he's not wrong about humans in general, about the cycle of humanity, of what we do. We multiply, we
I think I said that out loud.
You're so right. Smith's right.
You're not wrong, man.
Get them all. just clone it. Just take over everyone. Just clone everyone. Just be a Smith. But again, when I was watching it last night, it was very much around the point of, it was really different, because I've been looking forward to, and we've been talking about this for months around doing the Matrix and when do we do it, and sort of things just all fell into place this week. We were just, let's just do it. And it's so funny. I think, Andy, you mentioned before how well it holds up. Rich, you've talked about in regards to your favorite scenes. They are still incredible to look at now, from not just a cinematography sort of scope, but they're just cool scenes that still look as good as they did back then. So it's one of those amazing movies where you sit there and really take into, it's a timeless classic, right? It is really like, you could watch this at any point in time and just, it would fit how we look at it, because we're talking about AI now, human nature, that's still a lot of the premise around what Morpheus is talking about in the whole speech in the middle. And it's just, those are my favorite bits in there, because it's just like, the action is fucking amazing, and it led to John Wick, so you can't complain about that. But just the story around it is so good. And again, this is why all right, let's do Reloaded at least. Let's do Reloaded Revolutions, because I think it's going to be a really good conversation, because they do change. And again, my philosophy around those two is, I enjoy them for what they are. I don't enjoy them as Matrix sequels. The original is a standalone, awesome. The other two are a bit of an interpretation and add on at the end. Do I need them? Fuck no. Do I enjoy them? Two, I enjoy. I love Reloaded, and you were right, Andy. It took me ages to actually appreciate, because it came down to stylization. I enjoy what they're doing. Do I enjoy the premise? Do I enjoy that he can see everything? Does he talk about, the Oracle, and have those conversations on all those bits and pieces, which we'll leave for another podcast? Yeah. Do they make sense? Yeah, kind of. When you look at it, when you have to pay attention to it. But as a standalone movie, The Matrix is one of the best, and it is one of those favorites. Again, I'm not going to ask you to. I assume you're both fives in regards to what you gave. Same. I haven't posted it, but it will be a 5, because again, it's up there as one of those favorite movies in regards to just all-time classics. Wow. Let's look at. Is there any? Go, Rich. Go. Give me something, man.
talking about Letterboxd and all that kind of stuff, and this has to be. Look, I put Empire Strikes Back as my number 1 all-time favorite movie. This has got to be number 2. I can't see anything close to it. I don't
even know if I can put ones together. Like, for me, I there's no clear cut anymore. Because every time we watch movies or we have a discussion and we go and rewatch, like, I think this year we've probably watched at least 2, if not 3 of my favorite movies all time. And which one would be number 1? Who knows, man? And it's just, I don't even know if I could rate them. They're just up there as favorites, and I'd have to be a really long list, because every week it sort of changes.
See, I can't go past Empire. Empire has such a big meaning to me since I was being a kid. That it still holds up to this day. And that's where it kind of gets a bit iffy after that. So like 2 to 5. Yeah, see, I could put
it doesn't matter what happens on a given day.
But now thinking about it, I don't think I could put anything above the Matrix. Like, I was thinking Dark Knight, but I still believe Matrix would beat that.
Dark Knight's amazing, but it didn't change how movies were made. Like you think
Yeah,
you mentioned it
exactly.
like 3 or 4 times. You mentioned Bullet Time, right? Everyone ripped
Yeah.
that shit off after this movie. They still
Oh
do to
yeah.
this day. I mean, they try to make a whole Mark Wahlberg movie as Max Payne with fucking Bullet Time and that shit.
Good time.
Like that movie.
Well,
that
what
movie's
was-
horrendous. I
Yeah.
think I'd have to rewatch
could-
it. though.
Okay, Doug Guilford, you haven't seen that one, have you?
Which one?
Wahlberg's
Payne,
Max Payne.
based on the
I
game.
have.
Oh,
seen
he
it.
had seen it.
No, but his face says, "I don't remember it. I don't remember
No,
it. Don't
that
worry.
was-
I
that was
do not
terrible.
remember that movie. at
No
all.
idea what happens.
I just
No
remember
idea
it was
what-
Wahlberg, and I went, man, why do they give this guy such awesome movies?
That's one
Hey,
that
why is he Uncharted?
great. That's why great game, shit movie. I don't know how that one worked, but the technology they try to get out of that one was like, whoa, what are you trying to do here?
I think you're right, man. I couldn't rate it. Like, I think my top 5 change all the time in regards to positioning, but they're all like favorites. And again, as I look at them, like they're so, I mean it in the nicest way. They're old movies now. Like my top 5
Oh, they
are like
are.
ancient. Like there is nothing new that is in my top 5. I mean,
It is. If you went back
Dark
the same
Knight,
amount of time in
Dark Knight,
99, so Dave, if you went back
Oh.
26, 27 years from 99 back to, that would be like in the
70s.
70s.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, Kelly's Heroes. It'd be all the Charles Bronson movies, man. It'd be all of them. Fucking Death Wish,
Plus, yeah.
Assassination.
Mechanic,
I have a
man.
weird, yeah, The Mechanic. Yeah, they'd just be all Charles Bronson movies. And again, I guess you look back at it then, right? Because again, a lot of that time frame where we go backwards is they were all older movies. They're all World War II. They were spaghetti westerns. They were all movies that were past, not present or future, where everything we mentioned in our favorites are either modern,
Well, this is why
futuristic, and not those classics where the classics were very different. They're all very old in regards to how they were built and how they were done. Sorry, man, go.
Well, I was going to say, like,
yeah.
that's why the Matrix works, is because it does use some of the elements of older movies.
Yeah.
In a
the
like,
train
the
station
influence, train station.
That's such a Western. Even the paper flying across instead of tumbleweed, it's just like paper flow through, an angle on each hip. Like both of them get that little close up on their hip. It's like
Again, the agents. They're like the Men in Black, neo noir sort of mystery type stuff.
Neo's
action.
He's the sheriff.
Anime. It just has a ton of influences from older periods, and it's all in one. It's to me, it's the perfect movie.
Yeah,
no, I'm with you, man. Sorry, Rich.
Can I go further to it? You were saying let's go back to 99, right? And you go 27 years back from that. You're looking in the 70s, but even if you go from here to there, right? So if you look at 99, the movies in the 80s and 90s were unbelievable if you think about it. And if you look how where we are now, and go back 27 years and to now, so say from 2000 to 26, I couldn't say that there's been a lot of great movies in the same kind of time period within 27 years.
Bad. It's This decade's not
it depends on the opinion of the person, right? Like I guess because we're all brought up in that same area of time where we have ones that we look at as classics, and we've talked about half of them in this podcast. Like we've looked at things like Predator. No, for people our age or around our age, movies like that are the 90s, well, the late 80s and 90s in regards to action movies or even sci-fi, it's untouchable. There is nothing like that. Everything changed. We look at all the Star Wars movies. We can include things like Star Trek. We can look at, Stallone movies and Arnie movies. Like those movies don't exist. They're not made for that.
And look at the late
90 minutes of entertainment.
And you include 2 movies in the late 70s that probably is the best sci-fi movies ever is Alien and Blade Runner.
Yeah.
And you don't find any. Look, to be honest, there's no originality right now. I
Yeah,
thought
I
the
agree.
derivative.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like this, everything's a remake or a reimagining of something that's
reboot
been done.
or
It's
is
like
it sequel
just take,
or something?
yeah. Well, I think you said it before, Gelfie, too, in regards to this. Like, it took balls for Warner to go, yeah, make this, boys. Yeah, whatever. It's weird as shit. Yes, make it. It could make a few dollars.
Well, that was and
This
that
movie,
that's
hold on, let me scroll back too, because I do.
Yeah.
And again, for the time, so we're talking 27 years ago. This movie made half a billion. It made, if I can scroll, I've scrolled into Batman. Jeez, that was way too far. 467.2 million worldwide in 1999. Half a bill
huge.
in that for a $63 million movie that introduced so much. Now, again, with inflation, let's just double that just for the shits and giggles. Let's just double. That's $900 million in today's money, I would assume. Yeah, okay, maybe not. It's US dollar, so fucking we'll half it. 700 million for this movie, like in regards to what it reached. This movie was a fucking success. No wonder they made 4 sequels, because I will count Animatrix into it, because that wasn't originally planned.
Yeah.
Animatrix, we can talk about what the original idea for the sequels were, and maybe in the next podcast. Okay, they sequels are there, but I'll talk about it.
No,
I'll just
if you want to, you can lead us in though.
Well, I think the original plan for the sequels was to talk about how the machines took over. And instead of doing that, they went with the Animatrix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awesome. Animatrix.
I need to rewatch the Animatrix. I haven't seen that.
Man, it is intense. Like,
yeah, it's great.
It is. It's our future path, pretty much outlined. Yeah. It's when AI starts making machines, then you know that's the signal that it's over.
And to even say to that this movie wrapped us into so many, like, how many ideas and how we could go on forward. Animatrix is one of them. But did you guys play Enter the Matrix?
Yeah.
Yep.
I played both Enter the Matrix and Path of Neo. I admit it. That's the reason I bought an Xbox. Path of Neo. The only reason I entered the it's fucking awesome because you play as Neo. The other one you play as what's his name? It's Niobe's psychic.
Yeah, Asian dude.
Roy
Jones
Jr.
It was parallel.
No, not Roy Jones Jr. The other one. Oh, it's not fucking.
It's parallel to the movie, so it's actually the side story.
So you know at the beginning of Reloaded, Gelfie, the Asian guy that's Niobe's psychic, the one that's driving the car.
Yeah.
He is the main character in Into the Matrix. That's so good. But Path of Neo, you are playing as Neo. It's awesome. But they do a little Batman-ish. So you remember the Scarecrow part and what's it?
Yeah.
They do shit like that. It's like made no sense for a Matrix game. But Into the Matrix was good, man.
It was good. Okay. And he had like live action cutscenes and stuff. So basically it was parallel to the movie. So
to the movie.
You can watch all the cutscenes on YouTube. It's like, what is it, 50 minutes worth of?
I'm going to go look in the garage, man. I'm going to go see if I've still got it. My PlayStation's in the cupboard. Yeah, my PS2's in the cupboard. I can pull it out. I don't know where Path of Neo is. I know that's gone. Path of Neo is dead. I can't find that shit anywhere. That's an awesome game because you are actually Neo. Sorry, Rich. I cut you off, man.
But now I forgot what I was saying. That, you know, the ideas and stuff like that and how it incorporated with like what? So he went into anime, went into film, went into gaming. He actually, what was the other one that did during that time period? What was it? Also incorporated with the movie. I can't remember what it was. There was one other storytelling. Shit, I forgot all about it. But they went into all different things, like the style of the movie, the phones, the Nokia phones. Man, I remember wanting one of those Nokia phones as soon as I left that movie.
I heard they were custom phones. You couldn't get this. I thought
it was a banana phone.
Did you want a
banana matrix?
Banana matrix?
Yeah, it was a banana matrix. It's called. That's how I found it. It was called a banana phone. So it was like the shape.
So they were real.
Yeah, they were real. There was a
I
Nokia
thought they
phone.
weren't real. I thought they made them for the movie because it wasn't a standard Nokia.
Yeah. So it was the only thing different, I think, was that flick that you would do automatically.
Yeah, it didn't do it automatically.
Well, in the future movies, actually released Samsung phones incorporated with the movie.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
guys saw
Samsung
that?
shit.
Yeah, the Samsung
Apple
phones.
forever. Apple phones.
But stuff like that, like everybody wanted
Yeah.
sunglasses, the style, the music.
I love
that came-
Morpheus's
music.
ones with no names.
Yeah.
That was so good. It's just like
That was good.
on the nose, but just walk.
It
off.
was good.
How
It
the
was
fuck do
good.
they say on your face, man? Like how are they
Yeah.
staying on
The-
your
the-
nose so
the clip-
perfectly balanced?
The clip. But the other thing was the sound and the music of the film, like the music that it used was like, what is it, Marilyn Manson, The Prodigy.
Well, we haven't touched
Massive
on
Attack.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it because that's such a massive.
And
part,
that's what.
right? Oh, Rich is going to rip it out. He's going to rip out the Matrix. Look at that, full prep.
Oh, sweet.
Who can you read the playlist on that, Rich? Like the artists?
No, this one.
Please.
This one's just the. This one's
Or
the
is
score.
that just a score?
The score, yeah. But I could
I need to
probably name
find
half
the
the songs that I already know off the top of my head.
Because some of that was really cool too. And again, during my rabbit hole excursion over the last couple of days, looking at this one, like it's very prolific how they use certain songs, but also the wording in them. So again, the one in the club is very much based around. Oh, sorry, no. So when Neo is waking up and for the first time, the computer's going, "Wake up, Neo." The Massive Effect song,
the
Massive Attack song that's there. The lyrics are as he wakes up, "I'm not your savior," and then the door rings. "You're my savior, man. You're my personal Jesus Christ." And it's just like fucking everything contradicts, even in regards to the music that they use. It's just like there's theming all through that fucking movie. But can we all agree that the fucking last song is the best? As he wakes up and flies, which is stupid, which is very, very appropriate for a movie about AI, is Rage Against the Machine.
And the song's called Wake Up.
And you know what I didn't realize, and again, spoilers for next week, again, whenever we do Reloaded, is I didn't realize in Revolution they didn't play it because they're no longer Raging Against the Machine. They only played in the first two. So Reload and this one, they play Wake Up, and then at the end of Revolution, it's not played. Like, who knows that shit? That shit is random. But yes, it is not in the third movie because there is an agreement. Maybe.
So
but we're not going to talk about spoilers for Revolution.
You know the last scene when he's in the phone box just before he flies off. So I know one of the extras that walked past.
Oh,
remember
really? Who's in there?
Yeah. Murray Winship.
Oh shit! No way.
Yeah, he's there. He's walking past. Yeah. So that's his
that's
moment of
funny,
fame,
man.
That's
a moment of
funny.
fame. Hey, man, if you're going to be in one movie, might as well be in the Matrix, right?
Yeah.
I guess that sort of ties into. Go, Andy. You were going to have a thought.
I was going to say, I think there was at the time, not long after the Matrix was released, there was a controversy with the school shootings in the US that was influenced by the Matrix. I don't know if you want to touch on that, but that's the thing.
But that's not Columbine.
No, it was
Martha and shit. It wasn't around that time, was it?
It was. Yeah.
Was it?
100%. 100%. That was influenced by. Pretty sure it was influenced by the Matrix. Columbine.
Well, that's weird because of the trench coats and the fucking
Yeah, the sunny.
There is another weird one, and I can't remember what it was, and it just popped into my head. I can't remember when the date is, but they also talk about 9/11 in the Matrix. And it says 99. It says pre 9/11. One of the dates in, I think it's in his file, is 9/11. Yeah, just a random fact that popped into my head because this is what happens when we go down the rabbit hole of the interwebs. Yeah. So, I was at Columbine. Shit.
Yeah, so it says here it was less than a month after that film's release.
The Columbine shootings.
People, yeah, and because they wore trench coats and
trench coats like Neo. Fuck off.
Yeah,
sorry.
And they said because they enjoyed.
I call bullshit. I call bullshit.
Yeah,
but yeah, okay, that could be different lifestyle in the US. Shit.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
I never picked that up.
I didn't even think that was the same time period. Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The movie was a huge cultural iconic. It was just everywhere. It was everywhere at the time. It just blew up.
Yeah.
It was.
Who knows? And who knows why? Holy shit! No, I didn't. I did not combine that with Columbine. That's just words you don't put together. I never put that together with that. Wow, shit.
One thing I never picked up is Total Recall influence.
Yeah, pills.
The pills.
The pills. Yeah.
I just saw that now.
So there was a Ghost in the Shell influence as well.
Yeah,
Ghost in the Shell was a lot of the beginning, and Akira as well. That was a couple of their influences for the Wachowskis. Was Akira and Ghost in the Shell. But even the coding and everything, the intro and all those bits and pieces, how they fought, a lot of that was very much based on that part of anime. So it's kind of interesting. And again, it's such a prominent time in anime crossing into the West as well, with Akira and Ghost in the Shell. Like
Ghost in the Shell is amazing.
This is very much not a love letter to that type of thing, but it is, because again, that was the Wachowskis' influences were those things like Akira and Ghost in the Shell and a lot of Japanese anime, and it's one of the few times that it's probably translated really well. Like, I mean, a lot of movies couldn't translate like this to actually work.
In general, I think like the way they translated this movie, like an anime style movie into the Western world, it's never been done before. And the way they did it, it just, again, I'll just go back to the script. It must be this. It's the script, right? Like it just explains everything. It flows. It's got different genres. The influence, wears its heart on its sleeve, and it's just so fucking good. It's so good. It's never been. People have attempted to try and do this, but it's just never worked.
Even they attempted 3 times to redo it.
It didn't work. Not like this. Not like this.
Not like this. Not like this. That's the worst dialogue in the movie.
Wait. Speaking about nitpicking before, how we're nitpicking. One thing I'm nitpicking on, the scene when the whole gun shootout, right? The duel at the end, right? When it's Neo versus Smith, right? And just before that, Trinity starts talking about about the Oracle and how she could be wrong and all this kind of stuff, and that she was about to tell him about how she had to be in love with the person to be the one, right? But then she turns around and picks up the phone halfway through it because the train went past.
She knew he was about to die, so she went, I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm gone. And
do you think she guessed that that's what she needed to do? Because there's a really weird part 2 here. And again, this is not me. I did not notice this. I need to rewatch it again to see this part. But I've never noticed that when they pull the EMP, when they set off the EMP in the Nebuchadnezzar, you do actually see Trinity's hand yank it at the time. So she was going on faith too, that he was back as she yanked it out before the EMP goes off. I had never paid attention to that scene ever in my life. So I need to rewatch the Matrix.
And that's the other thing. Does she say now or no?
I think she said no.
I thouh she said now.
I can't remember.
I just watched it. I can't remember. We all watched it in the last 3 days, so that's bad. That's why we don't do recaps of the movie, because we get sidetracked.
But going back to the influences though, but I reckon Ghost in the Shell is probably a major influence on this.
Yeah. Definitely.
It can't
throw
be
Akira into every movie.
Yeah. That, like, Ghost in the Shell has to be one of my favorite animes ever as well. And to be incorporated it became an action movie, live action movie, which was not as good, but if you could do it in a
Mm.
certain way, the Matrix is the way you would have done it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So we need to do that. We need to do Ghost in the Shell. I'm just throwing that one out there. That one we haven't not talked about.
So close on getting that steelbook.
Just get it. Get the steelbook. Wearwaves.com. Where we're still here. Or you can tell me who released it. I saw someone getting sponsored by Arrow today, and I was like, we should get sponsored by Arrow. So Arrow, if you want
That'd be great.
we're happy to accommodate.
We need to go to get into the Arrow closet. They got an Arrow.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, have a question. Ask a question.
What the fuck happened to that tank guy? Why wasn't he in the sequels? Because he was
they killed him off screen. They said he didn't survive his injuries.
But he did. He clearly did.
But then, he did until they went in the dude from Romeo and Juliet.
He's fine, but like Tank was like he was. That's the other thing. The characters in the original Matrix just felt more
realistic. Yeah, they felt like characters.
Yeah,
everyone in the sequel seems like exaggerated for it. Yeah. All of Zion feels like cosplaying in the orgy scene. But
don't get me started on Zion. Zion was.
Zion, can you hear me? Why are you talking like that? Why does he talk like that through? We'll talk about Reloaded when we get there. We'll talk about Reloaded when we actually do a podcast for that one. But no, I don't know.
So what happened? We don't know.
Yeah, so he dies. He dies before Reloaded.
I think it's in a comic book. I think there's a comic book in the adaptation of it. It has a what happens. Well, obviously, Doze is dead, but he just.
But it was all to do with it. It was a Back to the Future thing. You know how Crispin Clover had contract.
I want more money. I want more money to be in the sequel.
He wanted more money.
You're not the star of the movie. You're not Larry Fishburne. Sorry, Lawrence.
So he kind of fucked himself.
Yeah, he should have just kept going. He would have earned a lot more money some other way.
Yeah.
So, okay. They killed. I don't know if he's a great actor, but I think he mattered. You know, he was part of the story. So
he was a proper human, right? So he was born from the real world. So it would have been good to see his character development in the other movies. But
we got to do Reloaded because there's a lot of discussion in that one.
Sure.
No, we really do. And not about the story.
Which version of the Matrix are they in?
Who knows? A different one. It's totally different from this one.
So how many Zion survivors are there to restart the whole?
There's 6. We all know there's 6. If you've seen the movies, you understand. He's the 6th. He's the 6th one.
Here's an idea though.
Did you know that? Did you notice that? The spoons. There's 6 spoons. Neo picks up the 6th spoon to bend it. Yep. It's all in the movie. There's 5 spoons that the kid has. The 6th one is the one that Neo bends, or he bends with the spoon.
You picked that up.
No, I didn't. Someone else that did a lot more research than me. I just watched their research. So yes, if heavy spoilers. If you want to go and have a look at a real deep dive for the Matrix, heavy spoilers. Check them out.
We haven't really discussed the Oracle and how that fits into the story.
I don't know if you can.
I don't know.
Because you got to say that for 2. Because 2 makes more sense because you can have the spoilers conversation around her. Because if you do it in this one, again, for anyone that's watching this and has never watched Reloaded or Revolution, I'm sorry. But you can't have that conversation until Neo's
20 years old, man. 20 years old movie. Don't about it.
Okay, all right, fuck it.
Yeah,
Go, Rich.
Well, the only way if we just stick into the first movie, we only know that she's part of the original Matrix, right?
Yeah.
That she knows she's from the beginning and she's been helping. Well, you don't know how she is, but you understand that she helps the resistance and all that kind of stuff and bring it up and trying to figure out who's the one. That's That's how I kind of understood it until you see number 2 and 3, different story. And then I'm like, okay.
He's just sitting there go, what the fuck?
It doesn't.
Okay,
it doesn't
so
fit-
what's your
doesn't fit
thought,
into-
Gelfie?
Yeah.
No,
Who the
Gelfie, what's your
Oracle
thought? Yeah, with the Oracle in this
Oracle.
movie, standalone
in,
Oracle.
in this movie it's exactly who she is. She's the Oracle, and then he kind of he doesn't know if she's a program. You don't know she's a program.
You don't know that.
No, you don't know.
No.
You don't know
that
any
until
of that.
Reloaded. Until he
Yeah.
says you're a program. He can see a difference, like Seraph's different coding. It's
So,
yellow and all that.
Yeah,
They
to
never
me,
represent her though. In a
Yeah,
colour.
I'd always been confused with her scene, but I think it clicked a bit more this time.
But
Yeah, I understood.
Is that hindsight that makes more sense? Because again, we'll have the discussion around it. Like because we know what she is. So everyone, this is heavy spoilers for Reloaded. Because we know what she is. She's a program that's based on psychology around humans and how they react and how they think. Do you think that he knocks the vase because she says it? Like, that's one of the catches. Oh, don't worry about the vase. And she says it. And then when she says, would you have done it if I hadn't said anything? Like, she plays and manipulates human psychology around it because that's her role as a program, right? So she's probably no, you don't know that until the later movies, but she is, and in my opinion, the biggest villain in this because she is bullshitting everyone. Smith is not the villain in this movie, man. She is playing a game of manipulation she has said everything. She knows the architect's plan. She knows the anomaly, but
not in number one.
We have no idea. Not in one. You don't. In two, her whole point is to manipulate this.
And who the fuck is that?
The other five. Hey.
Who's that fucking?
Later discussion.
Seraph. He's Windows Defender. He's your own personal defense. But that's the thing, right? You don't know until you get into the second one around her being a program. That is what she's built for. Again, the architect says it around her being the mother of the Matrix as well, as much as he's the father of it, because her whole point was to figure out how to deal with the anomaly, which is the Neo, the unbalanced equation of fucking choice, right? And if you jump to the beginning of this one, they mention a lot in this one. And again, I find it funny because for the first time ever, I paid more attention to this one where they talk more about, and it's more Smith mentions it around the first Matrix failing. We gave you paradise and you couldn't fucking handle it because you love to have fucking chaos and shit because you want to feel like you're in control. You don't pay attention to that until the architect in Reloaded. So when you hear Smith say it, it's the first time I've ever paid attention to Smith going, the first one failed. You know, and then the second one we made it because you love chaos. I must go wee.
Okay, but if we stick to number one, right?
Okay, all right. Everyone pull back.
Reloaded. Let's stick to number one.
Yeah.
The Oracle has a purpose, and that purpose to me is to tell people what they want to hear.
Yep.
And that
she gives them the question, right?
Yes.
She doesn't give anyone any answers. She lets them interpret their own fucking idea. It's again choice.
She tells me he's not the one.
Yeah, but that's true though.
She doesn't tell him. She says you got the gift, but you look like you're waiting for something else to happen, right? And
then she goes the next life.
Yeah. Are you looking for another line? Oh, you're fucking number 7. Let's wait for number 7. Let's wait for the next one. Because Sci-Fi says it as well, too. And there's a part, again, this is what happens when you go down rabbit holes. There's a deleted, in the script.
Stuff like this. Just like
Not
this.
not like this. But when Cypher's talking to Neo when they're drinking the fucking rocket fuel and they're drinking the degreaser, there is a line in the original where he goes, I'm paraphrasing. There's been others that Morpheus has believed is the one. They're all dead because they've gone against agents and lost. There is in the original script this dialogue, right? It makes more sense when in the original script, there is a line where it's never happened, never filmed, but Cypher tells him, you're not the first one that Morpheus has believed is the one, and they're all fucking dead.
I'm glad they didn't put that in the movie.
So at the very beginning, when he says, we're going to kill him, right? There's a line from Cypher where he says, we're going to kill him. You don't know, that makes no context to anything. That makes no sense in the movie about, you love watching him, we're going to kill him. It makes no sense until you get to all these parts that were never filmed or never but were in the original, where it was about Cypher tells him there's been other ones and Morpheus has been wrong. They're not the one. They're just gifted. They've got skills, but they're not the one. Then there's another.
They handle that line. They do handle that line differently, don't they?
Yeah, like they talk about, because when they're having that discussion as well. And one thing I never caught as well before, if you look at when Cypher's having the steak, and you know when he said just before, when he goes, "Oh, is that how you look at it?" And Cody goes, "Yeah, all I see is blonde, brunette, redhead."
Yeah.
In when he's meeting with Smith, there's a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead in the restaurant. So he's not bullshitting. It's like hip shit. Yeah, no. Ask the question. Yes, Mr. Gelfie, your question, please.
So, who freed Morpheus? And is it implied in the movie? I thought it was.
And no.
That's where it comes down to. Like when you have ideas, that why haven't they made a prequel to this movie?
Because Larry can't do it anymore, man. No, sorry.
I thought
no, but you could do it in different ways.
Well, they did. It's called Resurrection, a shit version. Morpheus.
Sorry, Eddie. We interrupted.
Sorry, man.
So when he's explaining what the Matrix is, he goes, "There was a man that was born inside the Matrix that freed us for the first time.
The first of us." Yeah.
Was he? He wasn't part of that.
I don't think so.
No,
because I thought I took that that person freed him, but obviously not. Yeah. Okay.
No.
I don't. I thought that as well, but it wasn't.
I thought it was just in humans. Just humans in general. Like the first non AI. You know, the part of the whole film.
It has to, but.
Because remember, again, you have to go into Reloaded, right? Because then it's what's it, 13 women, 7 men, or is it 14 women and 7 men to create, start Zion again? Like,
when did they say
I don't think he wasn't one of the first. In Reloaded, that's the whole point of the architect. Yeah, and the architect sells
the architect.
The whole point at the end of the architect is you need to go to the Matrix and choose 13 women and 7 men to restart Zion. Yeah. So so the story's true, right? Neo, well, the one frees a certain amount and they restart human evolution through Zion. But in this one he doesn't, because love's more important.
But that's the story that AI or the machines tell the humans. So to keep this thing going, right? To keep doing the Matrix.
Okay, spoilers for Reload. Well, that's the whole point of the one, right?
Yeah.
Is to restart Zion. We wipe the machines, wipe them out. The one chooses whatever, uploads his code and fucking dissipates into the baby face in the baby face AI.
Yeah.
And then the 21 humans restart Zion, and then they live with the myth, the legend of we were saved by the one born in the machine and he's going to come back. And then the Oracle goes on and spins.
I guess it doesn't really matter who freed Morpheus. It's just like, I thought it was interesting because you mentioned that the original script had him like finding several different candidates as the one, which I thought was interesting. But I'm glad they didn't do that. I'm glad they didn't show that.
Well, it's a point with the Oracle. The Oracle's the whole point of it. She's always put Morpheus on the path to find the one.
Right. Yeah.
When does he know that he's actually found the one? Is when he does what Neo does. Neo's the one that actually makes it through. Everyone else has died fighting agents. So it's like, oh, okay, fuck, that makes more sense. Sorry, Rich, I cut you off, man.
No. It was just that it was all part of a prophecy, right?
Yeah, which she made up.
Which she technically.
But this is why I say she's the biggest villain.
She's
She's the villain. She's the villain of the fucking Matrix trilogy. It is the Oracle.
So she basically, from my point of view, is that she pinpoints Morpheus to believe in his prophecy and to spread the word and basically try to get
Dave.
No,
sorry,
man, this is what I mean.
So this is getting deeper into religious, I guess.
Go.
Again, it's because of Reloaded. Like, if you look at
do it
metaphor for religion, right?
Yeah,
having the one that people believe in and all that kind of thing. Yeah.
But even in this one, like again, if you look at this from a religious standpoint, Sci-Fi is the one that betrays him. So he's the one that betrays Christ. So it's a lot of these religious overtones in this movie because they're not undertones. They're fucking blatant. They mention it like he betrays him for being put back in the Matrix, to be oblivious, to live a life in the Matrix where he's rich, powerful, and doesn't remember shit. And it's like, I mean, Reloaded is really full on. Even even the end of Revolution, right? It's Jesus on the cross. You look at Neo at the end, he's a cross.
It's not really, not subtle. No.
The next two are not subtle at all. They're not subtle in any way, but again, it gives it a broader story. And again, the best thing about the two sequels are Smith. Smith is on his purpose is to get out. How does he do it? He takes over everyone. He's the virus that he talked about in one, right? He becomes the virus and infects everyone. That's why they all become clones of Smith, because he's just taking everyone until there's no point. The one we'll save it for Reloaded, and we'll save it. I'll remember it. We'll come back to it. But it's got so many religious bits and pieces to it. But again, then you have different philosophical thoughts around it, and then you also have the just pure science fiction. Like again, this point in time, it is a pure science fiction movie. Like it's just so fucking good.
Yeah, man.
The Oracle's a bad girl. She's the villain of the whole series.
Okay. All right.
That's my thought, because she's the one that's manipulating everyone for a different outcome. The other 5 have failed. She's manipulated this one. She's even manipulated Trinity, because Trinity is the reason that Neo makes the different choice in Reloaded. So instead of being like everyone else, he is in love. He is going to save his love, which means the destruction of Zion. She knows that because she planted it in Trinity and Trinity in this one. And you hear her say it. I'll be in love with the one. Fuck yeah. There you go. They laid the seeds in this one. And again, she brings him back to life. Reloaded. He brings her back to life. At the end, she dies. He dies. It's like, Wachowskis fucked you. It's a mind fuck. It's a massive mind fuck. And again, the deeper you go, the worse it gets.
So cool. So good.
One of the best movies ever made in the history of cinema. So awesome.
And we could talk about for hours.
Dude, exactly. Like, it's not hard, right? And again, and it's everyone's opinion. And this is the thing that's so good about the Matrix. Everyone has their own thoughts around it. And again, depends what rabbit hole you've gone down. Again, I really wanted to listen to the commentary, but it didn't have the Wachowskis doing it. And I was like, it would be an amazing one to have their commentary through the movie. That would be amazing to see. Why did you do it this way? And they didn't seem to have it. They had it with cast and crew and all these people, but not the directors, which is kind of weird. It would have been awesome to have their
they wrote it, right? So,
yeah. Definitely watch the doco. You'll get some more
Yeah.
more stuff in there.
Okay.
Trust me, it's
I gotta
good.
go pull out the Blu-ray, the original Blu-ray. I just gotta go find all 4 of them in the. No, I got the crappy 4-pack. Well, not crappy. It's an amazing 4-pack with all 4 movies in the Matrix. Yeah, that one. Is it in there, Rich? Is it in that one?
Yeah, it's in
Is
the
it?
actual. It's in actually this disc.
I
It's
don't
actually
even know
all in
if
one.
I've got to go.
Just look at the special features.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have a look at the special features.
And it's the
Nah.
only. It's the only way I can watch this as well. So, another one you can't stream.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Never thought of that ever. That's the only way to get it. Oh, I'm glad I got the Blu-ray. I was looking at it last night. I was like, I'm so glad I got that.
So
Yeah, man. Next,
the
go
4K
ask
has it
us
as
the
well.
question, Gelfie. Do it, man.
On the 4K, there is a philosopher's commentary,
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw
and
that.
there's a critic's commentary. There is a written introduction by the Wachowskis.
That was boring as
Yeah.
fuck. I stopped reading it. I skip.
Okay, so it's not new.
Fuck. All right. I'll give it away.
No, it's in that. It's in the 4K. That doco is in the 4K. It's in
Is
the
it?
on the blue. It's in the special features Blu-ray.
Okay, all right.
I know. I did it. I know it's the wrong time to do it. Wrong time of the week. I did buy it and I did watch it like this last night. So thank you for your recommendation, boys, because I did do it and I did see that that actual one because.
And
I
the
went
sound
down
was
the rabbit
good, right?
hole.
How good?
No,
was,
well,
how good
no,
was-
that's the problem, right? Richard, when you hung up last week after last week's podcast, Rich goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, just have a look. It was on sale, so I bought it." So yes, it was amazing. You guys are fucked. Thank you. It's another problem. I don't need addiction of 4K ultra high definition. discs.
It's great.
It's a great 4K.
It was full. I got that for $15. JB had a sale, and I had a
Nice.
birthday voucher.
That's
it was
crazy.
amazing. $15,
Good.
best price ever. And I got that and something else. I'll save that for the next month.
Wow.
Oh shit! Nah, that was awesome. All right, so again, we're all giving it 5s. It is the Matrix. This is one of the best science fiction movies made, and again, it's so relevant to where we are today. So it was really good that we got a chance to have a look and revisit this one. Boys, any final thoughts on the original Matrix movie? Andy, last thoughts, man. Or we can keep going. If you got more questions or anything else you want to ask or any thoughts, we can keep
No,
going.
man,
Man. I got time, man, because I love this
done.
movie. We could talk for fucking hours.
We can. We
I
can.
think we could.
I think he's got more
But
questions
there are
about
more
Reloaded.
movies we could watch and keep talking.
No, it's like you said, standalone Matrix. Amazing. Sequels, not so much, but we'll discuss that later.
Yeah, I think we definitely do. Rich is just laughing. Rich, final thoughts on the original Matrix, man.
Final thoughts. No final thoughts because I already said it, and it's one of the best sci-fi movies of all time. Has to be.
Totally agree. I got nothing to add in regards to this movie. It is one of the best sci-fis ever made. Thank you, Wachowski brothers, sisters. Thank you for the movie. The sisters, the ladies. It was fantastic. And this movie, like I said, and again, as a standalone, incredible. As a trilogy, still pretty good. But as a standalone, this is an incredible movie. So the Wachowskis, thank you very much for this movie. And Chad, thank you for stunt direction, because if without you, we wouldn't have John Wick. So again, we really appreciate that as well. Awesome. Well, that is our thoughts around the Matrix. Again, I know we didn't plan to do the Matrix this week. Things just didn't happen in regards to Mortal Kombat. We'll get there one day, but it was really good. So, boys, I really appreciate your conversation. Really loved it. As always, it's good to talk about it. Boys, what you been watching? Need to know what everyone's been watching this week. Rich, what you been watching, man?
Ooh, going back, what did I say? Last week we went up to Mortal Kombat, didn't we? I watched Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Yes.
I watched Spider-Man 3.
Cool.
Yes. The Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Any good?
Not as nah. It was
Okay.
pretty average. Actually fell asleep.
Okay.
not a good sign. And I watched obviously The Matrix last night, and I watched Spider-Man No Way Home, which is another great movie.
It is an amazing movie.
I'm not going to even ask Elfie about Spider-Man because I know he's not even a closet fan. He's like a full on hardcore fan on Spider-Man movies. Cool, man.
Sometimes,
That's a good watch. Andy, what about you, man? Rich, is that it, man? Is there anything else?
No, that's it. So pretty busy weekend. So that was most of it. And,
Pretty.
yeah.
I only watched 7 movies in the last week. I was very busy. Andy, how about you, man?
Yeah, I actually watched some of the 4K pickups I got last month. So I watched The Devil's Backbone, which is the Guillermo del Toro movie.
How's the transfer? 4K.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's a really cool movie. There's a lot going on, and I really enjoyed it. David, I recommend you watch it. It is in Spanish, but it's interesting.
I can read it as long as the subtitles are big and bold. Go blind in my old age.
Yeah, no, it's a cool movie. I also watched Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World, and not as good as I remember it. It's still awesome, but Russell Crowe.
It's got a beautiful cover. The box looks beautiful.
It looks great. It does look good. But Russell Crowe, man, he's just dialing it up the whole fucking movie. It's good. It's a good movie. Awesome, like action and all that kind of thing. But yeah, it wasn't as good as I remembered. And obviously, I watched The Matrix and Matrix Reloaded.
Nice, man. That's awesome. Well, I didn't watch much this week. I started The Matrix on Friday, and I did fall asleep because I don't know why. I wasn't in the right mind. I'd throw it on, and then I watched Casino Royale. I think we need to do a Bond one eventually.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Maybe a Daniel Craig one. I don't know if I'm going to
Daniel Craig Bonds.
I think we do Daniel Craig Bonds because coming up at the end of the month, so around the 26th, 27th, hopefully we can do this on stream. I have bought the 007 First Light game. It is pre-ordered, and hopefully, if we get a chance, on the 26th, instead of a normal movie podcast, might do a live stream of First Light gameplay with everyone. We'll have a chat and talk as we go through, and got to see if you guys can watch, and we'll just chat while I play through the first maybe hour and a half of
that's a great idea. That's a fucking great idea.
And that'll be really good to see. And again, I've been watching a lot around it, so I sort of got caught up, and now I'm sort of like, I want to watch Quantum of Solace. I know people don't like it. I love that movie. It is not one of the best Daniel Craig ones, but it is still a pretty solid movie. And so I've decided I think I'm going to go through the Daniel Craig Bonds, even though I don't agree with No Time to Kill, but well, we'll get there when I get there. But yeah, man, Casino Royale is fucking awesome. That's such a good Bond movie. And it's good for the modern age. Yeah. Mads Mikkelsen is fucking awesome in there. And again, it's a shocking movie. It's about a poker game. All the shit is to the last hour of a poker game. And it is still amazing. So one of the best modern Bonds, one of the best Bonds probably ever. I don't know. People probably argue with things like Skyfall. Again, it's been a while since I've watched it. So yeah, man, really enjoyed it. And obviously The Matrix. And I started Reloaded and I had to stop because that would have been another 2 hours. I probably should have slept instead of watching that. So yeah, it was a light week for me, but no, it was cool. I watched probably 2 of my favorite movies. So again, it wasn't a bad week by any means, but it was fun. So really good rewatches. But yeah, that was my week of viewing. So like I said, hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll do a live stream of some gameplay. Me and the boys will be talking while we go through it, and obviously we'll just be talking about anything, but we'll share a bit of gameplay of the First Light game because it looks really good. It is very much, if you're a video gamer anyway, if you've ever played World of Assassination for Hitman or an IO interactive game, it's very similar from what I've seen. Obviously, haven't played anything, and it gets released on the 27th, but there is a 24-hour early release, early access for people who have pre-ordered. So hopefully that works and falls into us being able to stream while I play a little bit of the game. But yeah, and hopefully, again, like we said, we'll look at the Matrix Reloaded, maybe Revelations. And again, we do want to get to Mortal Kombat because I forgot I watched Mortal Kombat because I was prepping for this week's and we didn't get to see 2 this week. So Mortal Kombat 1 was kind of weird. I remember why I wasn't a massive fan of it and why I'm actually really looking forward to see what 2 looks like, because from everything I've heard, 2 is how it should have been from the beginning, which is awesome. And then I watched the original Mortal Kombat on stream. So it was on HBO. That movie is fucking awesome. I don't care what anyone says. That movie is great. The martial arts is shit except for the Liu Kang, and Raiden is Christopher Lambert. Who knows, man? But hey, it was great. I love that movie. That movie kills it. So yeah, Rich, I might have to get the collector's edition steelbook because
so good.
That movie was so good. I haven't watched Annihilation in years, but yeah, that was awesome. So yeah, Mortal Kombat and a bit of Bond this week. So that is me, everyone. Well, again, everyone, we are at the end of the podcast. Again, we've done pretty well. Only 2.5 hours tonight. That's including intro. So 2:20. Let's let the stream run for a little bit. Obviously, we had a break halfway through, but again, everyone, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, leave a comment in this one on YouTube if you want to. And again, there is a buy us a coffee link. Again, you've seen the ad in the middle of the podcast. So cool. Please follow us and if you enjoyed the content. But again, boys, as always, that was awesome. Yeah, there's not many movies that do this to us, right? It's like The Dark Knight, we had 3 hours, Matrix 2.5. These are some of our personal favorites. So again, if you enjoyed the movies, I hope you did enjoy the Matrix. Again, we will get into Reload and maybe Revolutions, maybe Animatrix, maybe Resurrection. I don't know. We got to talk about Resurrection. We'll see what happens. But again, everyone, thank you for watching. Boys, thanks as always. Good night, and thanks for everything. See you, boys. Bye. See you.